A man's value to the community depends primarily on how far his feelings, thoughts, and actions are directed towards promoting the good of his fellows. Albert Einstein. In this quote, Einstein talks about the value of people towards his community and how we can do good to others, putting all our efforts and talents focus in the greater good of humanity. It emphasizes the importance of taking action and standing up for what is right, rather than simply watching events unfold. The quote encourages people to be active participants in shaping the world, rather than passive observers. Without creative, independently thinking and judging personalities, the upward development of society is as unthinkable as the development of the individual personality, without the nourishing soil of the community. The conviction that a law of necessities governs human activities introduces into our conception of man and life a mildness, a reverence, and an excellence such as would be unattainable without this conviction. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. This quote highlights Einstein's that one must try to make concepts simple, but they must not lose integrity, essence, critical information. If you try to make it more simple than that, you could lose any of the three things stated above. Do not make things more complicated than they need to be. But on the other hand, if you make things too simple, they won't make sense. I want to know God's thoughts. The rest are details. What's your next step, my friend? If you know, tell me quickly, so that I may adopt your method with all speed. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. Albert Einstein's quote emphasizes the importance of living a calm and modest life instead of constantly striving for success and being restless. In today's fast-paced world, many people prioritize success and material wealth, believing that they will bring happiness. However, Einstein quotes suggest that this pursuit may be misguided, and that true happiness comes from a more balanced approach to life. That fellow Einstein suits his convenience. Every year, he retracts what he wrote the year before. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Of all the communities available to us, there is not one that I would devote myself to, except for the Society of True Searchers, which has very few living members at any time. This quote highlights Einstein's belief in the importance of independent thinking and the value of seeking knowledge for its own sake. He suggests that true fulfillment comes not from fitting in with a particular community or conforming to societal norms, but rather from engaging in a lifelong pursuit of learning and understanding alongside like-minded individuals. I take time to go for long walks on the beach so that I can listen to what is going on inside my head. If my work isn't going well, I lie down in the middle of a workday and gaze at the ceiling while I listen and visualize what goes on in my imagination. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. In gravitational fields, there are no such thing as rigid bodies with Euclidean properties. Thus, the fictitious rigid body of reference is of no avail in general relativity. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. The religion of the future will be a cosmic religion. It will transcend personal God and avoid dogma and theology. There is only one road to human greatness, through the school of hard knocks. In this materialistic age of ours, the serious scientific workers are the only profoundly religious people. Ideas come from God. Money only appeals to selfishness, and irresistibility invites abuse. Can anyone imagine Moses, Jesus, or Gandhi armed with the money bags of Carnegie? With fame, I become more and more stupid, which, of course, is very common phenomena. Follow your curiosity. Imagination is more important than intelligence. The question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I, or are the others crazy? Reading after a certain age diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking, just as the man who spends too much time in the theater is tempted to be content with living vicariously instead of living his own life. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Our death is not an end if we can live on in our children and the younger generation, for they are us. Our bodies are only wilted leaves on the tree of life. We must remember that we do not observe nature as it actually exists, but nature exposed to our methods of perception. The theories determine what we can and cannot observe. Reality is an illusion, albeit a persistent one. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. The only justification for our concepts and systems of concepts is that they serve to represent the complex of our experiences. Beyond this, they have no legitimacy. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. Pure logical thinking cannot yield us any knowledge of the empirical world. All knowledge of reality starts from experience and ends in it. This is what I have to say about box life. Work, listen, play, love, revere, and keep your trap shut. Life is like a piano. What you get out of it depends on how you play it. Knowledge is restricted. Only imagination can handle the whole universe. The essential in being of man, of my type, lies precisely in what he thinks and how he thinks, not in what he does or suffers. What I want to know is whether God had any choice in the creation of the universe. There comes a point in your life when you need to stop reading other people's books and write your own. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained liberation from the self. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. Mankind invented the atomic bomb, but no mouse would ever construct a mousetrap. The example of great and pure individuals is the only thing that can lead us to noble thoughts and deeds. Never mistake education for intellect. I am thankful to all those who said no. It's because of them I did it myself. As a human being, one has been endowed with just enough intelligence to be able to see clearly how utterly inadequate that intelligence is when confronted with what exists. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion which stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Whoever does not know it and can no longer wonder, no longer marvel, is as good as dead, and his eyes are dimmed. Thank you for watching this video showcasing the brilliance and wisdom of Albert Einstein. Einstein's insights and quotes continue to inspire and challenge us, reminding us of the power of imagination, the importance of adaptability, and the role of perception in shaping reality.